welcome to today's live. Okay. I can't get towards the... Oh, shoot. Well, that's what I get for messing with it too much, you know. It is a full moon after all. This is not the world's best, like, thingamajig, you know what I mean? But it works, and my drink did not fall over, so we got that going for us today. I'm gonna go ahead and it has a nice sound to here. You know, some people do like the chimes and stuff, right? I like the Palo Santo. I also like to burn some incense, you know. If you can't be out in nature, you know what I mean? It kind of gives that earthy vibe. And of course, if you're sensitive to incense and the odors and whatever, just crack a window, you know what I mean? And little trail of smoke will just get sucked right out of there. So this is going to be a love reading using the Lover's Oracle and the Romance Angels. So go ahead and tap into that energy. While you're in the chat, please do like the video. And if you're in the chat, also please do be respectful. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let's pull some tarot first. Actually, I want to get that out of the way so we can see what we're dealing with right now. Okay, so this is current energy. It may not be your energy. All right, so take it with a grain of salt and on your way down. It's such a good song. It's actually written by Alan Toussaint, who I believe he was from New Orleans. The author of many songs, in fact, but that's one of them. So let's get this tarot going. What the collective needs to know today about this love situation surrounding this full moon energy. Okay, so we're gonna keep it simple with a little past, present, future style. Okay. So if you like tarot, follow along. Oh my gosh, this is a love reading, and what comes out first? The High Priest. Is somebody trying to get hitched here? What's going on? Was somebody hitched? Right? You know, you reach a certain age and, you know, you're going to encounter folks that have been married, and some of them, it didn't turn out well. Like I said, Ten of Swords. Yeah, so if this was a a partnership or somebody you thought you could get married to, like, that proved to be like wrong in every sense of the word. You know, like, we're not mixing it up here. Yeah, Five of Wands. I feel like, collective, if you are exiting this relationship and people find out, that they're going to want you to be like in this mix. But I don't read that as your energy currently. What is in the outcome here for this collective today? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like this is going to be somewhat of an amicable split. Maybe it's just, some kind of financial arrangement that needs to be resolved. And then you can both go on your way because it's like, I don't feel like you want to be in this anymore. Like this, you ever see that movie when Harry met Sally and he's like, or they're arguing and she's like, I will never want that coffee table, that Rory Rogers wagon wheel coffee table. Do you know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, she's like, I just have better taste, right? It's like, so she's like, well, I can settle up and go buy myself a coffee table that I like, right? So for some people, this may be a payout. Some of you may be thinking, like the cheaper to keeper type thing, like, do I really want to get a divorce? Do I want to, go through all the paperwork, blah, blah, blah. But in this sense, I feel like there's definitely, yeah, a break happening. Okay. So, and I feel like too that this was maybe like a formal, like wedding type thing. This could be like one of those things where like they find out something and it's just like, oh my God, like, like I need an annulment. I need, like, this needs to separate quickly, right? And collective, I feel like you're very much wanting to be on your way with this money situation. It's like a take the money and run situation. You're just not really concerned. Even in people's opinions of you, like, say if you were to take a payout, you're just like very, and somebody's like, oh well, they took money from so who cares? You're just like, I don't. You're like, oh, excuse me, I won the lottery, thanks. It's mine now, right? Like, who cares? You're like, it's got my name on it. Like, she's very unaffected by that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway. Wow, that's interesting. I wish I could be fully honest with you. Yeah, I feel like somebody got mixed up with somebody that just was not really honest, and it caused like this whole kind of 10 of swords type event. What else, please, do we need to know about this today for the collective, this love reading? I have to let you go and find myself. Yeah. I think this person thought that they could be in a partnership, but again, like I said, they're just like, no. And instead of being honest with you, they just caused all this chaos instead, right? And now they're like, I have to let you go to, well, they kind of probably already let go. And, but they're saying they still have to let go even now, like it's just not for them, that kind of life, right? Yeah, it's not for everybody, right? But collective, you're not spinning your wheels about it. You're not wasting your time about it. I don't understand. Yeah, maybe it's because like, and maybe it is because this person has technically freed themselves of what, I'm not really sure. And they thought you were going to be in this mix with them. And they're like, I don't understand why you're not here with me. And it's like, it's like you're already here at the outcome, right? Did you ever see that movie, The Quiet Man, right? And they're like fighting. It's like the final scene of the movie, right? And it's a very long scene and they're like fighting. And she's like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you at home for supper. She's like, she's not going to be out there fighting. Like, she's like, but it's like, if you're waiting and that person never comes home, then it's like, well, Maybe she's taken those resources, right? Maybe she's taken that abundance and rolling out. I mean, if this was a partnership where somebody couldn't be honest, then absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, this person might not understand. Like they thought, that's the song, that's that same old song, right? Sometimes love just isn't enough, right? I need to figure myself out. Yeah, this person is really confused. Look at this. I mean, I have to let you go and I need to figure myself out. Yeah. So, yeah, collective, I feel like you're kind of at this precipice, right? Where you're like, it's gonna start, manifesting on itself, right? I wish to be like you. Yeah, I feel like this person admires you, but again, love is not always enough. And this, I wish to be like you. Well, what part? Because right now all you've seen, right, is some things going terribly awry. Yeah, and part of why they want to be like you is because they see you as somebody with options, right? It's not because like, oh, well, you're the answer to my prayers, right? It's like they want to be like you with options in order, and just the same as you have the option to tell this person, yeah, you do need to go find yourself. Right? Because this is kind of crazy. Yeah. And the moon card is here, and we have the full moon today. So I feel like what happened possibly was there was a lot of planning and not enough execution, right? And this person thinking the ship is going to come in, but it's like wishing and hoping doesn't get you there, right? And that's what they're saying right here is, well, I wish to be like you. I wish a lot of things, but I only have 24 hours in the day. So I have to make a decision at that point, right? Yeah. Let's get the romance angels out here. Yes, and then we'll do another tarot clarification, okay? So yeah, maybe this is something you already did, that you let this person go to find yourself. And that's why, like, you're looking very good and confident here, sitting by these bags of money. You know what I mean? It's like she doesn't look like she has any trouble with it. You know what I mean? Some people have a lot of fear around money. They don't like money. They say money is evil. Well, that's just like, you could say, have you seen the movie Christine? It's about a car. The car was evil. Okay. You can assign evil to almost anything, right? But on its own, it's just an inanimate object. It's what you do with it, right? Anyway. So yeah. I think this person thought if they made a commitment to you that this would fix their problems. Kind of like, oh, well, we'll just have a baby. That'll solve. No, it doesn't. It does. These things they never turn out that way. And then you end up in these like karmic situations. So, sometimes the walking away, especially after something so brutal as a 10 of swords, is the very best thing, because why do you want to walk? And it's like, and behind, you're like, okay, you get up, and then they're like, and behind door number 1, here's this fight. Here's yeehaw's circus again. It's like, no, I don't want any part of that. You got the wrong number. I don't provide legal advice over here. Okay. Right? 1515 on the clock. If you're coming to a tarot reading for legal advice, my advice to you would be to call a lawyer. There's lots of lawyers out there dying to talk to people. Trust me. And if you got a payday coming, I'm sure they'll sniff it out and help you on it. So, yeah. Make the effort. Again, this came out yesterday. So yeah, you guys, that reading that did not upload properly that I did, this came out. Making the effort. Great love is worth taking. The steps you're guided to take. So, for some of you, if you entered into this marriage, this partnership thinking, you know what I mean? Like, this is the next logical step. This is what's supposed to happen, right? Like, that doesn't mean that you weren't supposed to do that. It's just maybe it's not the right person for you. Okay. That happens. Right? That doesn't mean that marriage isn't for you. That doesn't mean that partnership is not for you, right? And here it's kind of like, I feel like you can return to your innocence about it in a way. And part of that is letting go of some of this external drama. We can't fix everybody, right? And some people don't want to be fixed. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm writing a few notes down as I'm channeling here. Let's keep going. Angels, please. What does this collective need to know? So I'm very sorry if you are going through a painful Ten of Swords. I have been there. It's not super fun, is it? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So, yeah. It is not easy picking yourself up off the floor, is it? Thank you for the likes in the chat, by the way. It helps spread those messages around. And also consider subscribing. And picking yourself up after this, right? When you're literally feeling like the chalk outline, you're like, positive thinking. Positive thinking. You're like, I'm out here bleeding to death. What the hell are you talking about? Positive thinking. Right? But, I mean, they say that patients that have a positive attitude, right, are more apt to do well. Some of that collective is, people want to see their loved ones again, right? Things like that. Things outside of themselves versus I want to live to see another day, right? And part of this optimism that you have, okay, for life in general, okay, it's going to come around, okay, when I feel like this is a divine timing thing, is the message I'm getting. Yes, and see this here, I wish I could be fully honest with you. This is almost, I feel like the divine saying, like, look, I would love to tell you X, Y, and Z so you can be here. Like, did you ever see that movie, The Lake House? with Keanu and Sandra Bullock, right? And they're like trying to meet up at the certain time, you know what I mean? And so sometimes life doesn't always work that way, right? So the timing of this, yeah, and maybe this is part of what you don't understand, right? Because like you're like, look, I was ready, right? I stepped into the ring here. You know what was the problem, right? But collective, this you had to put your foot down and say, look, I'm not playing. I'm not doing that. And this person, they didn't understand where you were coming from at all, from in terms of a partnership, in terms of love, in terms of commitment, in terms of like almost like everything. Like sometimes the people, they just want to fight you on everything, and it's like, well, that's exhausting. You deserve love. You are lovable. Yeah. So like maybe somebody wanted to pick at you for, why do you have to read with that lamp on? Or, is this your favorite television show? Like, just whatever it is, like, it's like, what's your problem today? You know? Is it because it ends in the letter Y? Okay. Yeah. And I think what's been happening here is that your guides, your angels, you see how they're kind of at this person's back. It's like they're starting to let you tap into what you're good at, so that you stay focused on that. And so you might want to check out this morning's reading. Is the Three of Pentacles showed up. Okay, so this could be significant for somebody. All right, but that's not necessarily a love-based reading. It's just a collective reading. The one I did this morning, the live. Okay, this one's specifically a love reading using the Romance Angels and the Lover's Oracle. Okay, so what else does this collective need to know? Yeah, and part of the reason why it's saying here that you are lovable is because you stepped right out. You're like, look, I don't need to fight for my spot. I'm over here practicing, what I need to do. I don't need to fight against all these other people, right? And somebody was like, well, I don't understand. And you're like, well, it's because I love myself. Okay? Understand that. There's a Sex in the City episode where, Samantha's like, I love me more, right? And guess what? As soon as she turns her back, he's, diddling some whatever. I mean, does the leopard change its spots, or are we just, trying to get fleeced here? Okay. Right. And if somebody thought that they were going to run that game on you, they definitely need to go figure themselves out, because they're running up into it because Spirit's not having it. Not at all. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, so for those of you that are in a partnership or something that is budding, okay, again, the Seven of Pentacles is very much like, okay, if you invest a little bit more, like, then it's gonna hit. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. But it's like you don't want to just be putting money into an empty cash machine, right? And if this person is still trying to figure themselves out, well, but it's like collective, I feel like you've already figured out what's important to you. Okay, so, are you are you going after the relationship that you actually want here? Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, heart to heart conversations. Yeah. I feel like this could also be somebody that you're working with, some of you. You know, like trying to figure out if this is a business relationship, if this is a romantic partnership, like, you know, do you need to be signing contracts? What's going on? Okay. And yeah, and it's like whoever, you know, I feel like you were ready for these kind of contracts here with the Hierophant. But this person, whoever was, you know, nominated or nominated themselves, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, collective. It's not like you're out here just trying to, oh, well, they'll fit. Just pick this one. You know what I mean? It's you know, like, have you ever seen the movie Vertigo? Where, you know, he's so desperately in love with this dead woman that he, you know, transforms his new girlfriend into the image of the dead woman. And then she ends up dead. So what's the moral of that story? Okay? You know, that guy was obsessed with a dead woman, not with the living. So, you know, if they can't figure out if they want a dead one or a live one, you know, I can't help you there. That's out of my area of expertise. Because I'm in the land of the friggin' living. Okay? Jesus. All right. Yes, he is risen, isn't he? Okay. It's not even Easter. I can say it too. Y'all, I'm not even bothering with the chat today either, so I hope everybody is being nice, but let's get a little bit of clarification what this collective needs to know. So I feel like this could be some kind of new person. You know what I mean? With this giving your relationship a chance here. Okay. Six of Swords. Yeah. You might be traveling towards this person. Oops. Ooh, Scorpio, death card. It is a full moon. Yeah, this, whatever this Ten of Swords situation is DOA. Like, it's not that situation, you're not reviving it, right? But instead you're transforming your own love life. And Scorpios are known for their love life, right? It's like, oh, who's got Scorpio now, right? It's like they want Scorpio, but are they going to get Scorpio? And if they're not honest with Scorpio or many other signs in the deck that, you know, in the wheel of life, right, that value honesty. So don't confuse, like, you know, like back in the day, you know, like before the internet, you know, guys would say dumb things to girls, like they'd be like, oh, well, where do you work? And they'd be like, well, I work for the FBI. I can't really talk about what I do. It's like, no, they don't. No. Come on now. That's why I kind of like the lunch date, you know, like, and you could even, you know, like pick them up or have them pick you up, and you know, kind of like, it's nice to see where they work, that they have a job, right? So it's kind of like Spirit saying, yeah, you deserve this, you deserve love, you deserve your wants and needs. Okay. You know, don't worry about these cups over here that somebody is wanting to make you fight for. And maybe you don't understand, like, why you were put into this situation. You know, so that could be why you're like a little bit contemplative right now. Okay, that's understandable. But don't give up on, you know, because it's like, well, you thought these cups were so great over here. What's wrong with this one? Right? Now, let's see. What else do we need to know? Please, if you're in the chat today, do like the video or consider subscribing to the channel. The Ace of Cups. Wow. The last card in this love reading. Oh my God. And then you have the Moon. Hello. Somebody could be really revealing how they feel about you. They see you as abundant with love. They see you got like your mind on your money. Whoever this old person is, they just got too much stuff going on, right? So I feel like whoever this is very serious, okay? And sees your value. All right? But the readiness of whoever this was here, this 10 of Swords, you know, like I said, if they show up, I think you're going to tell them like, look, this is dead on arrival. You know, we don't really need to rehash the past. What's that song? It's like, it's too late tonight to, oh yeah. Is that in One by you too? Yeah. Yeah. So maybe check out that song as well. All right. That's all I have today for the love reading. We are just at 30 minutes, so thank you for joining. Please do like the video or consider subscribing. And until next time, manifest wisely. Bye-bye.